Hey guys, today we are going to be chatting about the dangers of low-carb eating. Just like any eating style, there is a right way and a not so right way that leads to imbalances. Great example is the vegan who eats potato chips all day long. Technically, they are vegan and what they're eating is vegan, but they're probably not getting the nutrients that they need to totally rock their vegan eating style. Same thing goes with low carb. When we eat low carb, there is a right way of doing things and a not so right way of doing things, which lead to symptoms. So today I'm going to be sharing with you the risk factor that everyone talks about when you eat low carb and how to avoid that thing by following quick solutions that are really easy to incorporate into your low carb life. And if you want more information about low carb eating, you can head on over here and also down below where you can grab my Keto Bundle, which outlines 60 days of meal plans and recipes and how to eat low carb and how to make it work for you and how to heal your body, balance your metabolism, and regulate your weight by eating high fat, low carb, ketogenic. So without further ado, let's go through these risk factors as well as the solutions behind them. The first risk factor that a lot of people talk about is dehydration. So when we're eating a low carb eating style, we are losing water weight, which means that we need to refuel with water. We need to make sure that we're having enough water so that we're not dehydrated. The best way to avoid dehydration is to drink keto lemonade. It's a mixture of aloe vera and lemon juice and a little bit of salt. You can find the recipe up here and also down below this video. The second risk factor is avoiding carbs completely when weight training, doing track intervals, or even healing your body from an imbalance like hypothyroidism. So in the case of activities where you're building lean muscle mass, if we're not having carbohydrates, your body doesn't have all of the ingredients it needs to build that muscle mass. The easiest solution to this is to incorporate carbs in your low carb eating style. I've outlined it so many times in a lot of my videos, as well as in my Fat Fueled program, which I will include a link up here and also down below this video, where you can learn how to incorporate carbs in your low carb eating style while training or not training and healing, so that you can benefit from the ketogenic approach while also giving your body the carbohydrates it needs to build that lean muscle mass and convert our thyroid hormones and all of the things. The third risk that people have is lowered fiber intake and really a lowered intake of all of our phytonutrients and nutrient-rich vegetables, vitamin C foods, potassium-rich foods, and antioxidant-rich foods. And this happens when people are counting all of their macros, trying to stay under 20 grams of total carbohydrates, which really limits our intake of vegetables. The number one solution for this is enjoying a vast variety of colored produce and maybe not counting vegetables. Personally, for me, my ketogenic approach is not counting my kale. That's always been really important to me. If my kale is going to kick me over 50, 60 grams of total carbs, it's not a big deal because it's kale. So having that sort of approach to your eating style can be super helpful. I actually made a video about the dangers of counting macros and why I personally don't count my macros anymore. You can find the link to that video up here and also down below. The fourth danger is that many low carb foods are lacking in awesomeness, meaning that they are really low in nutrients, they're high in artificial ingredients, preservatives, and processed ingredients. So there are some low carb people that enjoy a vast variety of different paleo friendly goodies, and then there's another group of people that focus on lots of processed dairy and artificially sweetened things, and so it's really about finding that balance. The main solution for this danger is making your own bars and snacks. My favorite bar, I will link the link up here and also down below, are my keto cookie bars. They're 100% natural ingredients, just a couple of ingredients, really easy to use and easy to take with you on the go. My favorite snack to take with me on the go is coconut butter. Those are two very easy ways to incorporate snacks in a non-artificial way so you can avoid the danger of lowering all of your nutrient intake when you go low carb. The fifth danger of eating low carb, and something that I see time and time again, and it really ties in with number two, is that by avoiding carbohydrates for a really long time, we can actually cause stress on our liver. So if we're eating low carb for a really long time, and I've talked about this in so many of my videos, our liver will actually have to be part of creating glucose for our bodies. So if you remember my story of watching Battlestar Galactica all night, every night while I could not sleep on low carb because I wasn't having enough carbohydrates, that was my liver having to work at creating the glucose, my cortisol spiking up to create glucose from my muscles. So your liver can take on a lot of the stress if we're eating too low carb for too long. This process of your liver creating glucose can create toxic amounts of ammonia in your body. And the increase in ammonia can actually cause issues with your mucous membranes and impact your immune system. So again, the number one solution is including a carb up practice. I will include a link up here to one of my carb up videos so you can learn more about it, and also down below this video. The sixth danger is increased cholesterol with saturated fat intake. Okay, so this one is total garbage and a sham. I will include a link to my 6-month update of eating ketogenic so you can run through my experience and my blood work that I did before I went keto and I was eating a plant-based eating style to 6 months eating keto, and you can see the changes to my cholesterol. My cholesterol increased, but my HDL increased and my LDL balanced out, and I see that time and time again. Saturated fat intake actually increases your HDL cholesterol, and I like to think of cholesterol like a big fire truck running through my body, taking out all the inflammation fires. So if our cholesterol is increased and perhaps we're on a high carbohydrate eating style, it can be a really, really good sign that we have some inflammation, and it's best to test our HSCRP to see what our actual inflammation markers are doing. We can even test our IgE markers to see where our allergies are at and see if that's contributing to some of our inflammation. But cholesterol is that fire truck taking out that inflammation. So if it's super high, it could be a really good indication that you have some inflammation in your body, and it's a good time to look at that. But cholesterol, in a grand sense, is the precursor to all of your hormones. So as a woman, I want my cholesterol to be a good number so that all my sex hormones can cascade from that cholesterol. I'll include a link up here and also down below of a video that I did with Jimmy Moore on cholesterol so you can really get a good handle on this, because it's actually not a risk factor of eating low carb. It's actually quite a benefit and something that's really, really helped me on my personal journey toward better health. So 3 awesome things that you can do right now. The first is grab my Keto Bundle, so you can rock your high-fat life with my program pack, which includes my program Fat Fueled and the Keto Beginning, where I show you how to slide into fat burning mode without needing to go strict low carb, boost your body's ability to heal naturally, and bust through plateaus to create a life you love. You'll also learn how to stop the macronutrient manipulation and obsession around food so that you can get on with living your life and enjoying the foods that you're eating and the family that you're with or the friends that you're with, so that you can really get back to living your life. I will include a link up here to my Keto Bundle and also down below. The second thing is that I created a free resource for you on this video. It includes the transcript of this video. I will include a link up here and also down below. There'll be a bunch of different pages on everything that I shared, as well as all of the links to the videos and extra recipes that I've included in there for you. The third thing is that you should subscribe to my channel. I come out with videos every Wednesday, just like this one, sometimes a couple of recipe videos, and I will see you next Wednesday. Bye!